The other part of our housekeeping chores are found on the right-hand section of the Add New Post area. The first one is ET Settings, and that has a pull-down menu of settings that indicate how our post will be set up. In this case, we will have a right-hand side of the page sidebar on the Publish post. We will leave that selected. Now we move to the Publish box. Previously, we saw how the Preview button would show us a mock-up of how the post would look if it was published to the internet. Save Draft allows us to save the work we have done on the post so far, and so that we can return at a later date to add, change, or delete any part of the post. As yet, we still have not published the post to the internet. The big blue Publish button publishes the post to the internet and makes it available immediately. Note that you also have a link on the left to Move to Trash. This deletes the post completely. Before we do either of these two things, we still have some housekeeping to do. We will use Standard under Format. This is the important one, Categories. Think of categories as airline flights. Here's a map showing flights in and out of the Northeast. As they depart JFK, for instance, they are assigned specific taxiways to get out to the runway. In many airports, there are a few runways that any one aircraft can use for takeoff, plus some flights are landing at those same runways. The taxiway and runway assignments are given to a particular aircrew would be equivalent of categories. When the aircraft take off, they fly on published airways and at separate distances for safety purposes. Again, these would be the equivalent of categories. Categories are the way to separate posts so they will be displayed in specific areas of the website. Right now, I have set up the home page to display posts from the news and items of interest categories. News items go on the left-hand side of the home page, and items of interest go on the right side. Also, there are separate pages dealing with just news posts or just items of interest, shown in the navigation menu below the words Middle Patent Association. We never use uncategorized because it has no meaning. This category has been a part of WordPress since day one. You can't get rid of it, and it doesn't mean anything. If you need another category, you can add it by clicking on the Add Category link. Then a box will pop up where you can fill in a name of a new category. I will use area sites. Then click on the Add New Category button. You will see Add Area Sites added to the category list with a check mark beside it. The check mark assigns the Area Sites category to the post. You can also add checks to the other category boxes that you want to have apply to your post. Adding new categories could lead to clutter and confusion, so be sparing with adding new categories. Eliminate the uncategorized check mark. I'm going to leave the Area Sites box and click the Items of Interest box as well. I'm doing this for demonstration purposes so you can see how items of interest appear on the home page and in the Items of Interest page. Below categories is an area for tags. Once again, using the air traffic analogy, as the aircraft are arriving at various airports and the terminals in the area, friends, relatives, drivers for the flight passengers want to know when the flight will arrive or if there are delays. These people conduct searches at specific airlines to get information on specific flights. Air traffic personnel have no way of monitoring this information due to their heavy workload and would not have the time available to answer all the calls they would receive. But airlines provide websites that allow people to search them for timely takeoff or landing data as provided by their pilots. Visitors would search for specific flight numbers for arriving or departing flights. Tags work the same way the airline flight statuses do. Tags allow our visitors to our website to use the search box at the top of the sidebar to look for words or phrases of interest to them. So it is very important to make all words and short phrases that may pique a visitor's interest within a post into tags. You should add all important words and short phrases in the body copy as tags. To do this, add the words and phrases, each separated by commas, into the box below the word tags. Once you're satisfied with the list, click the Add button and your tags will be listed in the Tags area. I'll show you how this works in a moment. Now we can publish the post to the internet. We go up to Publish and click the Publish button to make it live on the internet. I should add that once I publish the site, the Publish button will read Update if I modify the post after publishing it. After we finish the publishing process, we can click the small link that says View Post to see the actual post as it appears on the internet. View Post. Here we are at our post on the middlepatent.org website. This is the actual post on the internet. Here is the post headline we entered when first creating the post. Below the headline is the text and the photo we added for the story. Note also the history subhead we created. Next, we have the Leave a Reply section. This is the area where anyone who has registered on the site and logged in can post a comment. We covered this in the second tutorial. On the right-hand side of the post is the sidebar. The search box is at the top of the sidebar. This search box is for internal searches on our site only. It has nothing to do with Google, Bing, Ask, Yahoo, or any other search engine sites. A visitor adds a word they think might appear in our site's content. I'll type in zoning, for instance. Click Search, and the word is found. An excerpt of the post containing it will appear. Click on the Read More button to view the entire post. And we see the word zoning located here. I want to demonstrate now how the link works. Remember, we talked about opening up a separate browser window so that we don't lose our site when a visitor starts to search words in different stories that take us away from our own personal site. So here we go, Thanksgiving. Click on it. It comes up. Now, if we delete this window, there we are back at Middle Patent. Now we need to return to the post editing section of the admin area. Here we are again. What we want to do now is to take care of the last box on the right-hand side of the edit page, Featured Image. The featured image helps us create a small square thumbnail image that can be used on the home page and other pages as part of what can be considered a table of contents listing of several post items. If we have an image to use, click on the Set Featured Image. This will take you to the media library. The size of the image you're adding should be 450 pixels wide by 450 pixels high. The image will get reduced in size to 250 by 250 pixels for the thumbnails and will show up in the post at the larger size of 450 by 450 pixels. Let me demonstrate this now. Once in the media library, I will use the Upload Files method to get the image into our post. To use the Upload Files method, have an image prepared in a square format. When the Upload Files screen appears, it says Drop Files Anywhere to Upload. So Upload Files. It says Drop Files Anywhere to Upload, and you can drag any images you want to add anywhere on the screen. Or you can use the Select Files button to get a screen that you should have used before to navigate through your computer to find the image. There is a note that advises you that maximum upload file is 20 megabytes, which should not be a problem for loading web images. I have an image called Church Sign, which I will upload. Once the image finishes its loading process, it will appear in the media library in the top left area of the page. Click on the image to get the information box we discussed earlier. Note the image is titled, the date is posted as shown, the file size is 75 kilobytes. The measurements for the image are 450 pixels wide by 450 pixels high. There is a link for edit image and a delete permanently link should you want to delete the image. This is how we delete images in the media library. The URL is the actual physical location of the image in the title. You can add a caption if desired, and it will appear under the image. And we have the box for alternate text, which we mentioned before, gives the voice reader programs a way to identify the image for visually impaired persons. So I'll enter church sign here. Click the Set Featured Image and you are done. In the Set Featured Image portion of the Post Edit page, you will see the image. Also note there is a link to remove featured image, but you will not see the image in the post itself in the Edit page. Let me show you what happens. Click on the Update button, and once this update finishes, click on View Post. On viewing the post, you see the future image is now added as the top photo on the post. If you use a photo for the text and then make a feature image of the same photo, you will get two images of the same photos in the post. Try to avoid this. Remember, the featured image comes in at the top of the post. The other image comes in anywhere you choose to put it. When you view the home page, the image will show up as a small thumbnail image over a text excerpt, followed by a Read More link. This formula is followed on the news page, and on the Items of Interest page. This is how to create posts and how they appear. Future post making should be fairly easy now and will take less time to accomplish once you're used to the process. I hope this has cleared up some of the questions you may have. Happy posting!